products you want.
In a few moments as the Yankees go for a fifth straight win. They're coming off a 7-0 victory and a series sweep of the Kansas City Royals. And now, as we take a look at the Home Depot pitching report, Carlos Rodon gets the start here for the Yankees. 0-2 with a 4.15 ERA, his fourth of the season, and he's going to be doing it against his old friend in Luis Severino, a former teammate of Rodon's and a former Yankee favorite as well. 2-5 with a 4.23 ERA. Rodon coming off his most encouraging start of the season so far. Last Thursday at the Stadium Dellen, he goes 5 innings, and the stuff just looked more crisp.
I mean, look for him to Bill. You see that fastball up and into Springer. That breaking ball tunnels right off of that. I mean, this is pretty disgusting. Again, fastball up. He was doing that the whole time last game. He was electric. That's what he does. He likes to pitch in to righties. He throws the changeup slider right off of that. And he was very effective. 7 strikeouts, like I said, 3 walks, but 2 of those with Vladimir Guerrero, somebody that's hit him well. So for me, you put those walks away and look for him to continue to build up that start.
Well, we'll see if Rodon exactly can do just that, carry it over here on the road in Sacramento. And we're going to see if these Yankee bats can continue their hot-hitting ways. They had a nice series in Kansas City, up and down the lineup. We saw Ben Rice back on Wednesday in the finale, a triple, had a big, important walk against Noah Cameron that knocked him out of the game. Right now, he is as good as it gets at the top of the Yankee lineup.
I mean, around this time, Justin, is when players get to vote for all-stars. And Ben Rice is definitely getting the votes from the peers. This is a guy that's been electric all season. Continue to just barrels balls at a high rate, and his play discipline has been great. You know, something that he was really good at last year. He's continued to get better. I mean, look, first triple right there, hustling there. I mean, that was amazing.
Rice is hitting second, right behind Trent Grisham. When we come back, we're going to take a look at how Grisham got his swagger back. Meredith Marakovitz with more on the Yankees leadoff hitter when we return on Yes and the Gotham Sports app.
Enders.org.
Welcome back to Sutter Health Park in Sacramento for the first of a 3-game series between the Yankees and the A's. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Trent Grisham will lead off and play center field for the Yankees tonight. And while Grisham found ways to get on base early in the season, when you look at the last 8 games, things seem to have really clicked. He's 11 for 25 with a 708 slug, his OPS well over 1,000. That to go along with his 4 extra base hits. Earlier, I asked Aaron Boone what the biggest difference has been for Grisham at the plate.
Just results. I feel like it's not much different than what we've seen all year. Just early on, everything he hit off the barrel seemed to find a glove. So he's found some holes recently while also continuing to really control the strike zone and be that on-base presence that he is. So I just feel like he's been a little more fortunate with some results of late.
Have you noticed any difference in his demeanor while getting the results? Because it has to be frustrating as a player that's doing everything right and not getting that result.
No, he's the big sleep always. Always.
Couple other notes when it comes to the lineup. J.C. Escara is behind the plate, and it's Jose Caballero in there at shortstop. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by David Cone. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Car Shield. Protection when it counts.
Welcome to Sutter Health Park here in West Sacramento, California, where the Yankees are about to begin a 3-game set against the Athletics. Along with David Cone, I'm Michael Kay. We're thanking you so much for joining us on this late Friday night. Back east, the Yankees started the road trip, and they swept the Kansas City Royals 3 games, and now they will finish up the road trip with 3 games against the Athletics. So let's take a look at the Yankees lineup that will be facing Luis Severino. Trent Grisham in center field leads off, the DH Ben Rice, the right fielder Aaron Judge, good numbers, lifetime against the A's. Cody Bellinger at left, Jazz Chisholm Jr. at second, Paul Goldschmidt over at first will bat 6th. Batting 7th, playing third base, Ryan McMahon. J.C. Escara will catch, he's going to bat 8th. And playing shortstop today, and batting 9th, it's Jose Caballero.
And that lineup will face this familiar right-hander, Luis Severino. You can see on the season, a little bit of a mixed bag for him, but he has pitched a lot of innings, and he has struck out some hitters, 64 and 61 2/3, and a little bit more in our Nissan pitchers scouting report. And the boys are back in town, and for Luis Severino, you know he's fired up to face his old teammates, and the pressure drop, that's really in reference to his fastball changeup. If he's got it going, then the pressure goes down on him, but there's no church in the wild, and for Luis Severino, if he leaves it out over the middle, he's going to get some damage done against him as the ball will fly out of this ballpark.
Let's take a look at their defense behind him. It'll be Soderstrom, Bolte, and Thomas. And then it's Geloff, Hernandez, McNeil, and Kurtz. Langoliers behind the plate. Brett Rooker's a DH. And as I mentioned, and David mentioned, Luis Severino is on the mound. The defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Yankees coming at 34-22. The A's have dropped out of first place. They are 27-29. They just got swept by the Seattle Mariners, who replaced them atop the American League West. Trent Grisham is ready. Luis Severino is ready. Let's do it here in West Sacramento. And the first pitch is a strike, and we're underway. The crew chief behind the plate is Dan Iasonia. Adam Beck at first. Jen Powell is at second, and Jeremy Rehack is over third. Hit sharply foul. Second year of playing in this AAA ballpark. It's the AAA ballpark for the San Francisco Giants affiliate. And in 2028, if everything goes according to schedule, they will move permanently to Las Vegas. The ball does fly out of here. Grisham, last 8 games, has been on fire. 11 hits and 24 at bats. And he swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. Now, we told you about Dan Iasonia. Check out the umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. He is considered pitcher friendly. He's had 46 calls challenged, 27 overturned. More inside strikes on righties, more outside strikes on lefties. He's been around a while, 28th big league season. With Ben Rice. Now, one thing about Severino, you want to get him in the first inning. That's when he's vulnerable. His ERA in the first inning, 7.36. After that, 3.55. There's a strike. Also, the best place to face Severino is right here in West Sacramento. He does not like pitching here at all. His lifetime record in these 2 years certainly is proof of that. There's a ground ball and grabbed by the first baseman Kurtz. He flips to Severino, can't handle the throw, and that allows Rice to reach as Langoliers backing up.
Well, I thought this was going to make it to the outfield, so Kurtz does a good job of getting there and snagging it, but doesn't do a good job on the throw. Severino was there, and maybe he had more time than he thought. Could have taken his time and made a better throw, but that's on Kurtz.
And it looks like they'll give the error to Kurtz, so E3. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. And there's a pitch up and away. And what was that? A balk. So they say Severino did not come to a stop, so that'll move Rice to second base. And Iasonia explaining it to the A's dugout. And now they want an explanation from Jeremy Rehack. I guess he's the one who called the balk. Did you see anything, David?
I didn't notice right away. It had to be called him for not coming to a stop, as you said. We'll get another look. Oh, that's more of a windup. Yes, he did the windup with a man on first. That's his normal windup.
Marcotte, the manager, trying to get some kind of an explanation. And so is Severino. What did I do wrong? I don't want to do it again.
That you did the windup from the stretch is what you did. He forgot. Sometimes you just get into a groove, and if you notice a little drop step that he takes is his windup. And you can't do that with a runner on first.
Well, we mentioned the home road splits for Severino. 19 games at home starts, 3-11, 5.91. And on the road, 21 games, he's 7-5, 3.14. So it's almost 3 full runs. Big difference. Judge born in Linden, California, which is 53 miles south of West Sacramento. About an hour's drive. Two 2-0.
It's got to be nice for him. Had a little off day yesterday. Spent a little time in a familiar area.
Severino working on 7 days rest, coming off perhaps his best start of the year. 7 innings, 2 runs at the Angels. But the A's, who have hit a rough patch, it's because of their starters. Last 12 games, the A's starters pitching to a 5.73 ERA, and they're 0-8. (3-0). Turned him loose. It's a ground ball through for a base hit. Ben Rice rounds third. He will score. Ball is cut off by Kurtz. It's an RBI single for Judge, his 35th ribby of the year, and a 1-0 Yankee lead.
Not sure that Aaron Judge is very comfortable swinging 3-0, but he was there. And got a heater right down the middle and hammered it right back up the middle. Just that fast. 1-0 Yanks.
Bellinger rips one up the middle for a base hit. Judge moves to second, so Bellinger with a single, first and second, 1 man out. Yankees this year 28-9 when they score first, and we told you about his first inning woes.
And Belly's always super aggressive on the first pitch. One of the most aggressive hitters in the early counts.
Here's Jazz Chisholm. Had Wednesday off. Yesterday was an off day, so a nice rest for Chisholm, who's been hot, though. 6 for his last 15 and hitting .400 over his last 12 games. A strike.
Yeah, I still feel like, Michael, that Jazz Chisholm is a key to the Yankees lineup in the middle. Take some pressure off of Aaron Judge. A real run producer.
One and one.
Oh, for me, the narrative around the Yankees has been when Aaron Judge doesn't hit, the Yankees don't score. And Jazz Chisholm is a big part of that in the middle of the order.
Grounded, second base. McNeil has one play. He makes it at first. Judge moves to third. Bellinger to second. 2 down.
A big early at bat in this game in the first inning. Professional hitter up there just looking to put the ball in play. You got 2 RBIs out there. Big difference between 3-0 and 1-0 in the first inning.
So he's been hot of late. Last 18 games, 19 for 59. His season's OPS plus is 141. Shows you how far ahead he is of an average player. He's having a good part-time season. And I think he started slowly, Dave, because he didn't have any at-bats in spring training. He was on the USA WBC team, and he wasn't a starter, so he didn't get any at-bats at all.
That's a great point. But he always gives you a professional at-bat.
Foul ball. So he's 38 years old, and that makes him the second oldest hitter in all of Major League Baseball. Andrew McCutchen was just released by Texas. So the oldest hitter is Carlos Santana, who's 40. Second and third. 2 outs. High fly ball left field. Going back Soderstrom. He's on the track at the wall. Leaps. See ya. A 3-run home run for Goldschmidt. And the Yankees put up a 4 spot here in the first inning. There's McMahon.
Well, Goldschmidt says 3-0. No, I'm thinking 4. A hanging sweeper hit high and just far enough.
Boy, living up to the scouting report. Doesn't pitch well at home, struggles in the first inning. One and two.
That's what I meant by no church in the wild. Because if you miss out over the plate in this ballpark, it's gone.
Sixth home run for Goldschmidt, now has 18 runs batted in. Really just a part-time player. Usually only plays against left-handed pitching, but getting the start against Severino. Two and two.
Yeah, the Kurtz air at first base looming large now as you rehash the first.
Right back to Severino. Fields. And bad throw, but picked there by Kurtz for the final out. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 big error, nobody left. Yankees 4 and the Athletics coming to bat. What a nice gift for Carlos Rodon. He gets a 4-0 lead before he throws a pitch. And here's the order of the Athletics lineup that will face Carlos Rodon. Thomas, Kurtz, and Langoliers at the top of the order. Rooker, Soderstrom, and Bolte, that's in the middle of the order. Geloff, McNeil, and Hernandez, the bottom third of the order. And look out for Kurtz. He's an outstanding hitter.
You see Carlos Rodon on the season just be his 4th start. Looking to get on the board with an 0-2 record. No home runs given up. And our pitcher scouting report brought to you by Nissan, a sharp-dressed man. That's really about his slider. It's tight, it's neat, well-groomed, electric relaxation. That's him when he's going good. It's like his tempo is just right, and then as his fastball explodes and kickstart my heart. And when that fastball jumps early, his whole outing gets some adrenaline rush.
You're feeling the rhythm, aren't you?
I'm all music.
Yeah.
I can't get out of it.
I love it.
Can't stop, won't stop.
All right, so Colby Thomas will start it off against Rodon. Now, Aaron Boone said he thought that Rodon start against Toronto, he looked great. He loved what he saw of him, and he said there's more there. All the pitches were working. Remember, this guy's pitching essentially with a new elbow. He couldn't straighten out his arm last year and still won all those games. Now, he has no pain. He can straighten out his arm. I think he's learning how to pitch with this new arm.
Well, that's a great way to put it. You know, not only learning how to pitch with a new arm, but also refining his arsenal and mixing in more change-ups. Becoming more of a 3 or 4 pitch pitcher than just a 2-pitch pitcher.
High fly ball. Grisham's there to make the play. 1 away. Take a look at the defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, and we're going to highlight Jose Caballero. He's our CarShield defensive player profile. 5 defensive runs saved this season, and that's 3rd among Major League shortstops. Remember, he was 1st or 2nd while he was playing every day, and then he went on the 10-day IL. So 5 defensive run saves is very, very good. Nick Kurtz Takes a strike. He is the reigning American League Rookie of the Year. All of the Athletic team had a rough 3-game set against Seattle. Kurtz was 0 for 11 with 6 strikeouts. And that's going to be challenged.
It's a batter challenge.
Early challenge by Kurtz. ABS by T-Mobile.
It's a good read, I think, on his part. He will be rewarded.
You got 2 left.
Slider down low.
Missed by a lot. High fly ball. Deep to left center. No one's getting that. See ya. A long home run the other way. And the A's are on the board. It's 4-1 Yanks.
Well, that's the kind of talent that Kurtz has right there. Has an excellent eye, high on base percentage, kind of a 3 true outcome guy. One of those outcomes is hitting bombs.
9 of them now. And 38 runs batted in. Langoliers fouls it back.
Came in at 93 miles an hour right down the chute, and it left about 107 miles an hour and landed about 408 feet away.
Oh, and 2. You can watch the big Amish churning the butter as he rounds the bases. Numbers on Langoliers excellent. He started off great. Last 9 games hitting 114 though. 4 for 35. By the way, all 4 runs for the Yankees in the first inning, unearned. High fly ball left field. Bellinger is there. 2 outs. So here's Brent Rooker, 0 for his last 14.
He's a big part of their lineup, and coming in hitting 189. Really struggled up to now. You looked at the A's coming in this year, you didn't think offense would be the problem. They've been very inconsistent scoring runs.
Well, the A's took 2 out of 3 at Yankee Stadium early in April, and the last game of that series, Rooker strained his right oblique, and he ended up missing 15 games. Popped up, shallow right field. Coming on Judge, he'll make the play, and that'll do it. So 4 fly balls, 1 of them left the yard. We've played 1, it's 4-1 Yanks. Well, there seems to be an issue with Luis Severino. He was warming up, and all of a sudden, the trainer came out, and now Severino is coming out. They didn't even have him throw a pitch. Something went on there as he was warming up, David, and that'll do it for his day. Now the A's have to get 8 innings out of the bullpen. He had a rough first inning, but his ERA actually went down because of the error by the first baseman Kurtz. That opened the door for the 4 Yankee runs. But he did serve up the 3-run home run to Goldschmidt, and the A's, who have been struggling behind the 8 ball now.
Yeah, I didn't notice anything that he did, but on the warm-ups, we saw this on the last throw, and immediately Catcher comes out, and something's wrong.
Looks like Jose Suarez will come on. He has as much time as he needs to warm up. He'll do it on the game mound. So we'll take a break. We'll come on back. About to start the second inning with the Yankees up 4-1 right here on Yes. Jose Suarez takes over for the injured Severino and deals a strike to J.C. Escarra. That's the beauty of bringing in a relief pitcher that doesn't have to warm up that much. Usually they take 5-10 minutes, but he was ready at about 10 to 12 pitches. And he could have taken as long as he wanted.
Suarez immediately becoming a broadcast favorite across the board.
This is just awful. It's a minor league ballpark. The clubhouses are in the outfield, so you get injured, you go to the dugout, then you have to take that walk along the left field foul line and go through the door in the outfield wall. That's tough. A long set. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. J.C. Escarra to hit 1 or more home runs plus 675. That would be his first home run if he hits it of the year. Now you wonder who's going to start on what day, because they're both left-handers, so you don't match up that way. Meredith, what's going on with the catching situation?
Well, Michael, Escarra went 3 for 4 in Kansas City. When I spoke to him in the dugout today, he said he feels like there are a couple hits in his bat today. Now, Aaron Boone was asked the other day whether or not Escarra could get some more opportunity due to the inconsistency offensively from Austin Wells, and he simply said, well, we'll see. Austin Wells had a nice game Tuesday in Kansas City, 3 hits in that one, only to go 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts in that series finale. Aaron Boone saying that they know there is more in there offensively when it comes to Wells. He said they tell him that often, but he has not been able to find his groove at the plate. Aaron Boone saying he thinks maybe he's trying to pull the ball a little bit too much. That's causing him to be late on certain pitches. But Michael, it's an interesting case when you look at it, because he's striking out less and he's more than doubled his walk rate, but against non-fastball pitches, he just has not had any slug. They're hoping he finds a way to get back on track, and perhaps giving him an off day after the Yankees off day 2 days in a row might help him get right.
Jose Caballero digs in. No, it's very interesting. I asked Boone today, how do you decide between Caballero and Volpe? And that was called a strike, so Caballero's going to challenge. And he's going to win that challenge. And he just said, it's just how I feel. He said, it's not anything statistically. He said, I might be wrong. I might be right. He said, but they both deserve to play. And although Volpe's swinging the bat well, he wanted Caballero to play shortstop today. He said, and I don't talk to them before every move. He said, I talked to them at the beginning and explained that what it's going to be. He said, but it's not like I called in Volpe today and said, this is why you're not starting. They'll look at the lineup and they'll see who's starting.
And I saw Volpe taking ground balls at second base before the game in infield practice.
One and two.
Competition is healthy. People's feelings, players' feelings don't matter when you're trying to win a World Series. So if you're Aaron Boone, I love the we'll see. I love the message he's sending. There's a feeling of meritocracy going on the Yankees right now that is really healthy.
Line down the left field line. It is a base hit. It'll go to the wall into the corner, and Caballero has himself a double with 1 out.
Caballero's going to get a changeup. He drill it down the line, kind of took a chance there. See if it's fair or foul, and it is easily fair.
Back to the top of the order, and Trent Grisham started the game by striking out against Severino. He's off the interstate and into the 200s, hitting 205. And now that average just went up. Caballero went back, thought it might be caught by Hernandez, so he'll just advance to third. A single for Grisham.
And Grisham again the other way. This one off the end of the bat, so Caballero gets a good read. You got to make sure that that ball gets by the shortstop. And with one out, going to give Ben Rice a chance here to drive in a run.
So Grisham now 5 for 14 on this road trip. And 12 for his last 26. Really long lead by Caballero. Ball doesn't have to get that far from Langoliers, and Caballero is going to come home. Left-hander on the mound, so that allows him to lead even more. Rice reached on an E3 in the first. That one into right center field, a base hit. Caballero will score. Grisham moves to second. It's an RBI single for Rice, his 38th ribby of the year, and the Yankees lead 5-1.
Ben Rice again showing his ascension against left-handed pitching, fighting off that two-seamer. RBI situation, mission accomplished.
Suarez with a visit from the pitching coach Scott Emerson.
Saw Reggie Jackson before the game today. Reggie, 80 years old. First guy he asked about, where's Ben Rice? He wanted to see Ben Rice. Talked to Aaron Judge as well. Reggie Jackson's 80 years old.
It's really hard to believe. Even when you said that, it just doesn't sound right.
Looks great.
He doesn't look 80.
No, he does not.
Boy, Suarez really chews up a lot of that pitch clock.
He forces the hitter to wait, like Aaron Judge. You know, I'm not going to let him do that, Jimmy, so I'm going to wait till the 8-second part and then get in the box.
Two and 0.
It's nothing worse than being forced to wait. You're in an athletic position trying to gear yourself up to make an athletic move, and a pitcher uses the clock just to freeze you. You can't let that happen if you're a hitter.
Three and 0. Now he was 3-0 in the first inning and got the green light. I think he has the green light whenever he wants it, and then lined to single up the middle for an RBI. There's a strike. The 3-1. Tapped, right side. Kurtz will flip to Suarez covering. They get Judge. Moving to third, Grisham. And Rice goes to second. And that'll bring up Bellinger. And he does not get intimidated with a lefty on the mound. He's the best left-handed hitter against left-handed pitching in baseball. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. A strike.
Well, Bellinger, in my opinion, is the best left fielder in the big leagues this year. And he should be the starting left fielder in the All-Star game. All around, defense, offense. Yankees are picking up on Suarez's game out there of waiting and using the pitch clock.
See the mistake that was made there by Bellinger. He got into the box with 16 seconds on the clock. Suarez could really milk it. Yeah. This time he gets in with 10. 0-2. Second and third, 2 outs. Suarez on in relief of the injured Luis Severino left the game after warming up in the top of the second inning. We don't know what the injury is. As soon as we find out, Meredith will try to find that information. We'll get it to you. The 1-2. It looks like a sellout crowd here at Sutter Health Park. The capacity is just over 14,000. Most of the seats are occupied, and the berm in right field, people sitting on the grass out there. By the way, I think the word berm underused.
I like the way you pronunciate it too.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high four-seamer. But the Yankees add another run on 3 hits. They leave 2.
Local Chevy dealer.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. By Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. By Hyundai. Hyundai gives you America's best warranty on every new vehicle. Visit Hyundai.com for more information. And by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Billy, a big part of the Yankees and the A's, and as the boss, brought the team in 1973. Ricky played for both teams as well. First pitch to Soderstrom is out of the strike zone, 1-0. So Rodon gave up the home run to Kurtz in the first, but his offense got it right back for him. 5-1 Yankees, bottom of the second inning. We mentioned the A's were just swept by the Mariners, outscored 22-4. They had gone 39 days with at least a share of first place and 31 straight days in first place alone. So that certainly got their attention. They'd been playing well, and Seattle was struggling, but Seattle sweeps them, and now Seattle's in first place. A's have lost 5 of 6. And there's a walk. Also, what's interesting, David, this team, when it got off to a good start, was really good defensively. And now, remember the error by Kurtz in the first inning? They have 14 errors in their last 17 games, and that's led to this little downfall.
Yeah, it's a good point. Wilson, their normal shortstop, dislocated his shoulder and kind of working his way back. He's a big part of the defense.
Bolte fouls it back. Bolte made his major league debut on May 13th. He's 22 years old. Ground ball, through for a base hit. Gone off to a nice start. So first and second, nobody out here in the second against Rodon.
And Bolte jumps all over this changeup, almost up in his eyes. As Rodon's command, a little erratic so far, especially in this inning.
First and second, nobody out. And here's Zach Geloff. Rodon with 7 days rest. Sometimes that does lead to command issues. They had him have another throw day, but it's still 7 days rest. And the reason he has 7 days rest is they want to keep Garrett Cole on normal rest after coming back and rehabbing for as long as he did. And they'd rather not stretch him out and get him out of his routine. So all the other pitchers around him will get the extra days.
It was an impressive effort in Kansas City from Garrett Cole. Pitched from the windup, his new windup, a lot because he was in such good command.
No, it's interesting, David. I was reading a column by Bob Klapisch, who spoke with Ron Guidry. And Guidry has watched every game, and he said he was really impressed by how Cole looked and his stuff coming back from surgery. There's Chisholm, there's one, and there's two. And I don't know if you see this, David, but he said he sees himself with the over-the-head motion. He said, I'm seeing myself out there. That's just how I used to be.
I agree. There's a sense of rhythm and tempo with Garrett, and he almost kind of controlled his tempo so well, slowed himself down at times.
And Guidry explained that it's such a slow motion that the ball jumps on you. He said when he pitched, everybody expected Goose Gossage because he's grunting out there, he's all over the place. He said, but I kind of rocked you to sleep, and all of a sudden the ball was there.
Could not have been said better. It's a great point. And of course, Ron Guidry knows a lot about pitching, and I could not agree more. You know, a good, an old school windmill windup was a real weapon because it allows you to buy some time and control your tempo much better than an abbreviated windup. You can make adjustments.
Popped up. See if it stays in play. Nope.
And to your point and Ron's point, it creates some deception too. There's just a fluidity to that delivery that's nice to watch. And at times throughout that delivery too, or throughout that game, he would slow it down a little bit when he got a little out of sync. So it's also creates an adjust mechanism for you as well with a big windup like that.
Just missed off the outside corner. That's what he did in Kansas City. 10 strikeouts and threw 79 pitches. Pitched into the 7th inning. McNeil fouls it off.
one of the oldest bench jockeying statements that I ever heard on a bench towards a starting pitcher was get him in the stretch, or to your team, was because when you have a starting pitcher with a nice windup, he gets in a rhythm and he's flowing, you got to knock him out of that. Try to get him in the stretch, bunt, get on base somehow, get hit by a pitch. So that's when a windup like that can become a real weapon.
Three-two. Right at Chisholm. Rodon first and second, nobody out, and the A's do not score. No runs to hit, one man left. We'll go to the third. 5-1 Yanks.
Pick and Crohn's and UC combined.
Play FanDuel's Daily Dinger for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. Here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Judge is plus 340. Chisholm was leading off as plus 550. Joel Kuhnel will take over as the A's have to find all these outs out of the bullpen. Suarez pitched the second. Now the righty Kuhnel. Chisholm, Goldschmidt, and McMahon. Yankees scored 4 runs in the first inning. Their plus 23 run differential in the first inning leads Major League Baseball. Good way to start a game. Great for your starters. One and two on Jazz. He grounded to second in the first. And the righty deals. Time called. Very late time. As Kuhnel was going into his windup. Sharply, second base. McNeil gobbles it up. One away. Here's Paul Goldschmidt. He homered in the first inning. We'll take a look at the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
See that sweeper just sit right there in Goldschmidt's wheelhouse.
Sixth home run of the year. Now has 18 runs batted in. Strike. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Last 19 games, it's been on fire. 333, 5 homers, 12 ribbies, and OPS over 1. Foul ball.
You know, the whole narrative around the Yankees offseason was the run it back kind of thing that was out there, and Goldschmidt was a big part of that. But the thing Goldschmidt gave them was tremendous insurance in case Giancarlo got hurt, which happened. And now all of a sudden, he's a big part of it. So more than an insurance policy, but he knew coming in his playing time could be limited, but he wanted to be here.
Popped up. Middle of the infield. Who's going to get it? And it's Geloff for the second out. Well, speaking of Stanton, we'll check out today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Cleared to begin running outdoors, dealing with a right calf strain. Has continued to hit while on the IL. Now, Meredith, Boone said today that there's a chance that Stanton could bypass a rehab assignment. He did that last year as well.
Michael, if you look at what he typically likes to do, he oftentimes hits off that trajectory, gets some live at-bats, and after that, he feels ready to go. Now, Aaron Boone noted that next week at the stadium, he may get some of those live at-bats against Angel Chavilli, who is going to be throwing at the stadium. He's finally at the point where he's getting off the mound. He also mentioned that Jason Dominguez would probably take part in that session as well. So it looks like Stanton is making progress. They are hoping they get that bat back in the lineup sooner rather than later. Michael, as we know, he has been missed.
Absolutely. I think that when he went on the IL, you saw a little bit of regression in the offense. They're starting to find it again. But he was a big part of it. Provides a lot of protection in the middle of the order and lengthens the lineup. And you mentioned Goldschmidt, David. When Stanton was playing every day at the beginning, Goldschmidt was not doing anything. I mean, there were no at-bats for him. But they cashed in on that insurance policy. High drive, right center field. Thomas on the run, on the track, at the wall. See ya. A home run for McMahon. And the Yankees lead 6-1. That's his 6th home run of the year and only the 2nd that was pulled.
I was just thinking the same thing. We haven't seen him drive one like that.
Escara, ground ball to Geloff. Over to first, and that will do it. But the Yankees had a run. Their 2nd home run of the game. This one off the bat of their 3rd baseman, Ryan McMahon. It's his 6th of the year, 19th RBI, and the Yankees have a 6-1 lead. Now let's find out about these A's. The Mohegan Sun team scouting report, David.
Well, you know, they're young. They have a lot of talent. The teenage riot part certainly kind of explains, you know, when you're a young team trying to find yourself, sabotage, you know, on the Yankee side. If you give them an opening like Kurtz, they can do some damage. And the Wildflowers trying to develop their, you know, their identity away from Oakland, here in Sacramento, eventually going to Vegas. So certainly they're trying to find their way.
You got the music in you.
I can't stop. I mean, if you can call those artists out, that would really impress me. A little bit of everything in there.
Here's Hernandez. David mentioned Jacob Wilson going to be out another month with a shoulder subluxation. So Hernandez has taken over at short. Actually done quite well. 16 for his last 46. That's 348. 9th hitter in the order. 9-1-2 for the A's. Mentioned in 2028, the A's will officially move to Las Vegas. And they are building a $2 billion stadium. The capacity will be 33,000 people. But they will be playing their next homestand in Vegas. Not at the incomplete stadium. They're going to be playing at their AAA affiliate stadium in Vegas. The AAA A's are the Aviators. So they'll have 3 games against Milwaukee and 3 games in Colorado. That'll be in the beginning of June. So Hernandez starts it off with a walk, and here's Thomas. Fouled away.
So they'll go from the A's, just the A's,
right,
to the Las Vegas A's.
Yep. They do not call them the Sacramento A's.
No Sacramento, Oakland. Yeah, I mean, we'll get fined if we call them the Oakland A's, right?
Or the Philadelphia A's. Or the Kansas City
Kansas City A's. Now, I'm still mad about that.
125th anniversary of the franchise. So as I'm flying here last night, you know, I'm saying, well, Sacramento is the capital of California. I mean, they could have called them the capital A's. How perfect would that have been?
Great marketing right there.
Right.
The whole state.
Foul back. And now yesterday, some business people in Sacramento officially put in for one of the expansion franchises that Major League Baseball, when it gets done with this CBA, they're probably going to add 2 teams, one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. They're a little late to the party, but they're serious about it. Broken back, ground ball to McMahon. There's one on to first. Not in time. That'll bring up Nick Kurtz. He had a home run in the first inning. We'll take a look at it. And the exit velocity on it presented by Spectrum. 107.3 off the bat, 408 feet. That was the other way, too. Big cut. Let's take a look at the leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. So these are the OPS leaders since last season. Of course, Judge sits on the top of that list, and right behind him is Nick Kurtz.
Kurtz, a high on-base percentage guy. Really a good eye. Gets his share of walks.
Did he go? Now, we told you his nickname is the Big Amish because he's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and the guy who gave him that nickname is on the Yankees now, Max Schumann, when they were teammates. Swing and a miss. Kurtz down on strikes, 2-away. Now, Meredith, you have some news I hear on Severino.
Well, Michael, the A's just announced that he has exited with right arm soreness, so something to keep an eye on, but never a good sign when a pitcher is having trouble with his arm. So you hope the best for Severino, but having to exit after 1 inning, certainly not great.
Here's Shea Langoliers.
A good change up there from Rodon. That's the one he's been looking for. He's starting to settle into a little better groove now.
One and one.
Shea Langoliers has really turned into a tough out. He coming into this game. 13 homers, 12 doubles. Become one of the best young catchers in the game.
Runner goes. Throw to second. Got him. Wow, if you're going to steal down 5, you better make it. And J.C. Escarra threw him out for the final out. Quick tag by Jazz, good throw by Escarra, ended the inning. A little discussion. Yankees lead. Great throw by Escarra, good tag by Jazz Chisholm. And the call is made by the second base umpire, Jen Powell. She's the first female umpire in Major League history. Made her debut on August 9th of 2025. Been a pro umpire since 2016. And she was a Hofstra softball catcher from 96 through 98. And her hometown is West Milford, New Jersey. Now there's some connection to the Yankees there. So West Milford, Derek Jeter's from Kalamazoo. Ground ball to third. Bobble by Geloff. He regains and gets Caballero. But Derek spent his summers at his grandparents' house in West Milford. There's Jen.
No, my theory is.
What's that?
Jen called strikes because she was a catcher. Catchers and pitchers in their amateur careers definitely are pitchers, umpires.
And hitters, you say.
Yes, those are the ones that are eyeballing pitches. You got to throw it over the plate. They're hitters, umpires. And I have seen Jen call a couple of games. She calls strikes.
And guys, she actually started umpiring for the first time when she was still a player at Hofstra. She was making about $15-20 a game, and obviously she progressed quite a bit since then. But she said it is in her blood. She's always wanted to do this. It's just a part of her.
Good for her. Great accomplishment. 1-1. Grounded foul. Now, she's not usually on this crew, so she must be filling in for somebody who's off for some reason. But Dan Iasonia's crew, we've seen them before. We have not seen Jen with them. But if she stays here the whole series, the 3-game set, she will be at home plate in the final game. Now, we mentioned that Grisham has gotten hot of late, had a single in the second. And Boone was asked, what's he doing different? He said, nothing. He said he truly was hitting in bad luck. He said he was hitting the ball right on the screws and into a glove. He said sooner or later that turns. Center field, Bolte has a drop in front of him, another base hit for Grisham. Seemed like Bolte got a bad jump.
He did. It was a full swing off the end of the bat. So, you know, the old luck factor, maybe they're right. You see, that's right off the end of the bat. Grisham thinks he's out. And yes, a little bit of a circuitous route, and it just dies. 74 miles an hour off the bat. So anytime you get a full swing off the end of the bat, that's the one that fools outfielders.
See, O'Neill wouldn't agree, but I guess luck does turn.
Yes, it's true. It does turn.
Kunal, his second inning of work.
It's probably the biggest change in philosophy, right? Today's players are taught, trust the process. Don't get hung up on the results as much. It was just the opposite when O'Neill was smashing water coolers in the dugout.
See, if O'Neill knew that information then, and there was an ABS, he would be so chill. He'd be one of the chillest players ever.
Be a whole different guy.
Yep. Rice reached on an E3 and scored in the first and an RBI single in the second. 38th rookie of the year. Well, that fine grass coming on is Bolte. And he dives, he can't make the play. Ball gets away. Rice is going for second base. He's going to make it. And Grisham advances to third. He had a hold up.
This is what you call, you know, things evening out. See, that's not a very well-struck ball. Rice doesn't think so, but it's just perfectly placed. About 70 miles an hour, 79 off the bat. Again, in this twilight, the outfielders aren't getting great jumps. And Ben Rice, who's hitting his share of bad luck over the last couple of years, gets a gift.
A's bring the infield in for Judge, second and third, one man out. You know, one of the more difficult things about playing the outfield here in this ballpark and any minor league ballpark, there's no upper deck. And they judge the ball on the background of the upper deck. Now there's no background, it's just sky, and it's tough for outfielders.
Absolutely. When you throw in a little bit of wind, degree of difficulty goes up.
And Judge is going to challenge that strike call.
Batter challenge.
He got
We
it
got
wrong.
one left.
So the Yankees have one challenge left. A's have both of their challenges.
Boy, the game has changed, right? Umpire and hitter laughing.
It's only the second time that Judge has missed on a challenge.
Two months into the new rule here, I think there's a whole new appreciation for umpires and how difficult that job is they're doing back there. Missing calls by a fraction of an inch. Making calls. So close.
Foul back to the screen.
So Reggie Jackson-like swing right there. I mean, Aaron Judge was all over that pitch and just missed it.
Hogan Harris, one of two lefties in the bullpen. They've already used Suarez, so that'll be the last lefty. 2-2. Grounded slowly to third. He's going to get a run home. Judge is out at first, but he gets an RBI as Grisham crosses. Rice goes to third, and the Yankees are now up 7-1. And with the lefty swinging, Bellinger coming up, they will go to the bullpen and call on Hogan Harris. Harris against Bellinger when we get back. Right now, we're in the fourth inning. Yankees up 7-1.
By the New York Lottery.
Now it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture is of Kaylin, who loves hanging out in the bleachers to watch her Yankees. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures that you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Kaylin with the shades on a night game. You go, Kaylin. Here's Bellinger against Hogan Harris. Hit sharply and grabbed there by Kurtz. One pitch, final out, and that'll do it in the fourth. One run, two hits, one man left. We go to the bottom of the inning, 7-1 Yanks. Well, score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Yankees, the official source for Yankees gear. There's Mr. October here in May. Langoliers fouls it away, and the bottom of the fourth is underway.
80's the new 50. If you're looking at Reggie, I mean, wow.
I mean, I don't know what 80's supposed to look like, but in my mind's eye, he looks better than what 80's supposed to look like.
Looks better than us.
That's not a reach for people. You and I are pretty beaten up.
Talked to him a little bit before the game. He was effusive in his praise of Aaron Judge and how classy Aaron is. Aaron walked right up to him and had a conversation with him.
He's also a big Ben Rice fan, right?
Yeah, he's absolutely. He loves Ben Rice's swing.
Langoliers fouls it away. Now the scatter report on this ballpark, there's a scatter report on the ballpark. Any pop-up that looks like it's in the stands on the first base side, there's certain times of the day or night that it will blow back out on the field, so a first baseman really shouldn't give up on it.
Makes sense.
Ground ball, Caballero. One away. Opened in 2000, home to the Sacramento River Cats. That's the Giants AAA affiliate. 14,014. That includes the lawn seating in right field, and those are the dimensions. And it's amplified to everyone. This is not in Sacramento. This is West Sacramento. Anything on this side of the Sacramento River, which is to the right of the grandstand here, is considered West Sacramento. And if you lived here, you get mail to West Sacramento. And that's the Tower Bridge.
Yep.
Now, guys, there are some quirks with this ballpark, considering that it is a minor league park, and guys really don't have an opportunity to take swings during the game because the batting cages are all the way out in the outfield, and you'd have to essentially run across the field to be able to go access them. And also sometimes when it's a long inning, starting pitchers like to kind of stay warm. There is a bike in the bathroom just next to the closet, to the dugout down here, but aside from that, really no space to do anything and prepare to go into the game.
Strangely, Meredith, I also have a bike in my bathroom.
I believe it, Michael.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Basically Lance Armstrong.
1-2.
Just like Candlestick back in the day.
Yeah.
Candlestick Park was that way. You had to walk across the field to get to the clubhouse.
Swing and a miss. Rooker down on strikes. Looks like Rodon's a little bit more in sync than he was early.
Very much, yes. More command, a little freer and easier with his delivery.
Here's Soderstrom. He walked in the second inning against the Yankee left-hander. Now he leads 7-1. And a strike. One and two. Looks like a nice way to enjoy a game. Bring a blanket.
It's like old-time baseball right there.
Yeah. A lot of Yankee fans here made the trip to Sacramento. Up the middle and past a lunging Caballero into center field, a base hit.
Good effort by Caballero because that ball is smoked right back up the middle.
Here's Henry Bolte. Bolte was hitting .348 for AAA Las Vegas to begin the year. He had 12 home runs in 37 games. Foul ball in front of the plate. At one point, he had a hit in 12 straight plate appearances, and he was promoted a few days later.
He's got some pop in his bat. I was watching him in batting practice. He was hitting him a long way. Definitely generates some bat speed.
How about this? On May 6th in Vegas, he had a 479-foot home run. That's the longest in the minors or the majors this year.
I believe it from what I saw today.
And last year he stole 44 bases, so it seems like he has a full tool bag.
You can see the A's coming together. There's some good young talent, good nucleus. They've had some injuries. They need pitching like everybody.
Well, Mark Kotsay, the manager of the A's, loved Bolte in spring training, and he said this kid has the ability to be a real star. Not make it in the big leagues, but a real star. 22 years old. Line drive, and off the glove of a lunging Caballero for a base hit. Bellinger throws it into second. Moving to third is Soderstrom. 2 hits for Bolte.
A tough play for Caballero again. You can see on the short hop too.
Zach Geloff pops it up, giving it a look. Goldschmidt. That one does not blow back. 4th inning, 7-1 Yankees. Severino pitched the 1st inning, allowed 4 unearned runs. The big blow, the 3-run home run by Goldschmidt. Then warming up for the 2nd inning, soreness in his shoulder left the game, and the A's are trying to piece it together out of the pen. 0-2. Been sitting at 93 with the fastball. That was 95.
Little introduction. Hello, nice to meet you.
That's 96. Jeff McNeil's on deck. 74 pitches for Rodon. Fly ball, right center. Converging Judge and Grisham. Grisham is there to make the play. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. We're going to the 5th. Well, tomorrow night, stay up late with the S as the Yankees and the A's play Game 2 here in West Sacramento. FanDuel pregame coverage starts at 9:30 with first pitch scheduled for 10:05 on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. A little late night Yes. Audi scoreboard 7-1 Yanks. Hogan Harris got the final out of the 4th inning, and he starts Chisholm with a ball. David, did you notice that when Severino had to leave the game, just the look on the coaches' faces on the A's?
I did.
Like they wanted no part of 8 innings, 24 outs out of the bullpen. It impacts all the next couple of games.
Well, coming off the series they had against Seattle, they're struggling. Yankees in town for the weekend. It's not the way you had it drawn up.
Off-speed pitch is skied to center field. Bolte is there. That's who they'll try to work through to get through the rest of this game and hope that their offense connects. Goldschmidt licking his chops as he sees the lefty on the mound. 0-1. 3-run home run in the first inning. The big blow. Kind of set the tone early. 0-2.
Goldschmidt doesn't like the call, but will not challenge. He's going to have to get a little nastier. Love him. He's a professional. I think he's a Hall of Famer, but he's too nice. You got to challenge some calls there. And he just refuses to do it.
Don't you think it's late in the game to get nasty?
No, never.
Ground ball third base. Geloff. They'll get Goldschmidt. That'll bring up Ryan McMahon, and we take a look at Papa John's key ingredients. McMahon, 3 home runs last 7 games, and he had 3 in the first 45 games this season. He has been streaky. That big home run he hit back at the stadium, the opposite field 3-run shot, that broke an 0 for 24. And he had a solo shot with 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
His average is up over 200 now with 6 homers. Old school umpire, 7-1. He's calling strikes.
One and 2. McMahon's home run in the 3rd inning was the 150th of his career. Two and 2. This is Harris's 29th appearance of the season. And that is tied for 2nd in the majors. Mason Fluharty has 30 for the Blue Jays, and Braden Fisher, his teammate, has 29, tied now with Hogan Harris. Swing and a miss, and he works a 1-2-3 inning. So he's retired all 4 batters he's faced. We're halfway through. Bottom of the 5th inning coming up. Bottom of the 5th inning, it's time for Name That Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. Let's take a look. 58 and 53, 3.34 ERA, 155 saves. Started with the Reds in 80, with the Yankees from 82 to 84. The A's, a couple of years, and he finished up with the Rangers in 1994. This is an 8. Obviously a reliever. No, one of the clues on this Name That Yankee is that you should get it.
Yes, I should.
Now, our producer, Troy Benjamin, really, really rude to have that one you're doing a game. Grounded to second, and also, I mean, let's really lift the curtain. He did you wrong. He blew off our open today, so you had a nice sport coat and a beautiful tie. You never got on camera. At least I got on the pregame with Meredith, but you got dressed for nothing.
Well, I had to pack all these cool clothes, too, to get all the way to the West Coast.
And he just decides to blow it off.
I already got my tie off, so it's all right. I took it off.
Here's Hernandez. Looks like that popcorn box is your tie.
My dinner. That was my dinner right there, along with your M&Ms. So they got to show us just to prove we're here, right?
What was?
They'll show us on camera just to prove we're here.
Yes, absolutely.
We're actually here.
I flew 3,000 miles just to prove I'm here. Fly ball center field. And Grisham puts it away. Rodon has his charity that he and his wife do every single year. Meredith, you have more information with that, right?
Michael, Carlos Rodon and his foundation and the New York Yankees are partnering on July 5th for what they're calling a Day of Impact. Each ticket that's bought through the foundation, $10 of each ticket, will go towards their Willow Grant. Now, the Willow Grant provides financial assistance for families facing infertility to help ease some of that burden and allow them to focus on starting families. And perhaps the coolest thing, Michael, about this, 44 families have already received Willow Grants, and there are currently 10 Willow Grant babies on the way. I know Carlos and his wife Ashley are incredibly passionate about the organization. It's pretty cool stuff.
And Carlos works a 1-2-3 inning as Aaron Judge makes the catch on the final out. We'll go to the sixth.
And shot.
Justin Shackle with your Audi update. Rays and Angels bottom 7. Halos up 1. A runner on for Yandy Diaz. Smoking out the sweeper to left field into the seats. A 2-run shot, his second of the night. Rays now up 1, but next batter, Jonathan Aranda. He goes yard as well. Back-to-back homers for Tampa. They go on to win it 8-5, Michael.
Well, that breaks their 4-game losing streak. We go around the majors. Murakami continues to slug. Yordan Alvarez having a great year. And Abner Uribe suspended 1 game for his gesture toward the Cardinals dugout the other day. His own manager, Pat Murphy, said it was unacceptable. Justin Sterner takes over. Fly ball to center field. Bolte puts it away. Here's Caballero. Caballero 1 for 2. And 1-1. You know, we gave you the great numbers on Murakami. Jeff Passan of ESPN reporting that Murakami will be out for multiple weeks due to a hamstring injury. So a tough blow for the White Sox, who've been one of the surprises of the game. Well, he thought that was ball 4, and he was about to take off his shin guard, but didn't challenge.
Good thing he didn't challenge, because that's right there.
Yankees only have 1 challenge remaining. Fly ball right field. Thomas back, and he makes the play on the track. Back to the top of the order. Trent Grisham, 2 for 3. And 2.
If you squint, it's almost like 1988 with the strike zone. 7-1. Home plate umpire, a veteran guy. He's going to call strikes. He'll pitch, you know, anything close.
And they're not challenging. Second base, McNeil. And the Yankees go down in order here in the 6th. In fact, 8 straight Yankees have been retired. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Some of the men who have donned both uniforms of these two franchises. Well, he was pretty important.
That was a really good trade.
Nick Kurtz takes a strike as we start at the bottom of the 6th. You know, the A's have gone about trying to sign all their young players to long-term deals, so they're all set and locked in when they go to Vegas. But they've been trying to sign Kurtz, and he goes, no, I'm good. He's going to play it year to year. Grounded to first. Goldschmidt's there. 1 down. And that's probably the one they want to sign the most.
He's that franchise guy.
There's Langoliers. Popped up. And there's Judge to put it away. So Carlos Rodon, 2 outs in the 6th. We take a look at Old Spice Fresh stats. He's got a 60% strike percentage with 4-seamers. Last 2 starts. And in his first 2 starts, it wasn't as good, 54.5. Grounded foul. Sounds like a broken bat. Yankees have won 4 in a row, trying to make it 5. They won the final game against the Rays. Then all 3 in Kansas City. And this is the first game of the 3-game set in West Sacramento. Fernando Cruz is ready.
See Rodon's pitch count there climbing. Number 92 about to come. Had 9 pitches in the last inning in the 5th after 24 pitches in the 4th.
Economical 5th inning. Now trying to get through the 6th. And he does on 9 pitches. So he has retired 7 in a row. We're going to go to the 7th inning. Yankees lead 7-1. Well, fans, when you get Gotham, you get live games and more exclusive Yankees content. Download the Gotham Sports app to stream highlights, pregame features, postgame sound, podcast original series, and so much more. And it's all free to access with an eligible TV subscription, so sign in today. Scott Barlow, the new pitcher for the A's. His hair channeling Dennis Eckersley. And that's going to do it for Carlos Rodon. 6 strong innings allows just that 1 run on the Kurtz home run. High drive. Deep right center field. That ball is gone. A long home run for Rice. His 3rd hit of the night. And it is an 8-1 Yankee lead. He had gone 7 games without a home run, and he finally connected. There's Judge. One and 0. Two and 0 on Judge. Judge 1 for 3, couple of RBIs. Rice is 3 for 4. Single, double, and a home run. And that's his 50th career home run. And he's the 5th quickest Yankee all time to get to 50 home runs.
Yeah, think back to 2017, right? Remember Gary Sanchez? How incredible he was those first few games.
Two. Well, there's a timeout with 2 strikes. Does some housekeeping, a little clump of dirt, throws it away, and resets.
His routine, such a creature of habit, so disciplined.
Count full. Sharply, foul. Just missed going over the bag.
Sound of the bat was very loud. He knew it. See how he finished and wrapped his bat back down? You know it right off the bat. Number 17 for number 22. And that's the swing that Reggie Jackson loves. And he got a good view of it right there.
Did he go? No. So Judge works a walk. Crowd didn't like that call. Adam Beck, the first base umpire, decided he did not go. You decide now.
You want my call?
Your silence speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Pitch to Bellinger's a strike. Now you know that Judge wanted that home run because now with Rice's home run, they're both tied at 17. Pop foul, out of play. So Schwarber leads the majors with 22. Alvarez and Murakami tie with 20. And then 3 tie with 17.
Haven't even really seen a hot streak from Aaron Judge yet. You know it's going to come.
Center field. Bolte puts it away.
It's going to be interesting to see how the fan voting reacts to Ben Rice. It's a hard position to get voted in as a starting first baseman on the American League side. A lot of good first basemen, but Ben Rice deserves it. It's going to be really fun to watch that.
He's got to go up against Vlad Guerrero, who has a whole country voting for him. You would have to assume, David, he'll make the team.
Absolutely. He'll make the team, but will he be voted in as the starter? He deserves to be the starting first baseman based on what he's done productive-wise.
Called strike, challenged by Chisholm. I can't believe that it was indeed a strike. So New York is out of challenges.
Well, Bellinger certainly has a good shot to be the starting left fielder.
Cam Solitlo has a good shot to start the game.
Exactly.
Jazz is not proficient at challenging. 10, and only 2 have been overturned. The major league average is 47%. That one gets past Langoliers, and Judge goes to second. Judge, of course, will get in.
Jazz was looking in the dugout, seemed to think that maybe he got hit by this pitch. Aaron Boone neglected or decided not to challenge.
Center field. Bolte. Judge heads back to second. I wonder with 2 months now gone, do you start to establish where you have to have a conversation with certain players that you can't challenge anymore? Do you want to take that out of his holster? Because some of them are great at it and some of them are not.
Yeah, I think you have to. It's too important.
I mean, we're a third of the way through the season. So the Yankees have a nice lead right now, but they also don't have any challenges left. And the whole idea of challenges, when you play the worst case scenario, 9th inning, 2 outs, and call third strike on something that's clearly out of the zone, you can't do anything about it.
That's a great point, because kind of the idea behind the challenge system, to avoid those game-changing calls late in the game. Sometimes challenges early in the game can be very impactful as well. But you better be right. You better be good at it.
Well, catchers have the greatest overturn percentage. Pitchers the worst. And that was pretty much the estimate when the rule came into being. They said pitchers probably shouldn't challenge. First of all, they're emotional. Second of all, they're falling away a lot. Not all of them have a great finish. They don't get a really good look. The catcher has the best look.
Absolutely. But there are exceptions to the rule.
Popped up. Kurtz makes the play. And that'll do it. But the Yankees add another run. Their 3rd home run of the game. This one off the bat of Ben Rice. It sounded like a home run. You know what? It was a home run. His 17th of the year.
It's Justin and Dallin with your Ford Studio update, and this Yankees offense capitalized on a first inning error. Ended up being red meat to these bats. They keep the pressure coming.
Yeah, Yankees stay hot. They take advantage of that Kurtz first inning error. Tack on 4 runs, 10 hits, 3 home runs. Keep them going.
And we're going to talk about the offense's night. Also, Carlos Rodon's outing looking sharp so far. We'll see you on the postgame with Meredith. Now back to the booth with Michael and Coney.
Thank you, Justin, and thank you, Dylan. 8-10-0, beating 1-4-1. Rodon, a good start. He's out of the game now. Yankees 3 home runs. Severino lasted 1. His shoulder started barking. And Nick Kurtz, on the offense for the A's, his 9th home run. So Brent Hedrick comes on as Rodon goes 6, and if the bullpen does its job, he'll pick up his first victory of the year. Hedrick has done his job, tied for the 4th most appearances in the majors. So what'd you think?
I see improvement every time out.
Right field. 1 down.
A little bit early, kind of fought it, finding his rhythm, his release point, but got progressively better as the game went along. Got more efficient. He's a perfectionist. And he's very emotional out there, and that's what he's a fiery guy. That's what feeds him.
Bolte swings and misses. They have the race between innings between Raleigh, Eck, and Ricky Henderson. Ricky won the race tonight. Lined into right field. It's a base hit for Bolte. He's 3 for 3.
Yes.
So 1 on, 1 out. That brings up Geloff. Oh, and 1. So 0-2. Geloff is 0 for 2. Missed outside. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Bolte will stop at second. A single for Geloff, first and second with 1 man out. Let's check out where the Yankees are bullpen-wise. The bullpen budget brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Yesterday was an off day, so everybody's good to go. Everybody's in pretty good shape. Yankee starters have been so outstanding. They've been able to give the bullpen a little bit of a blow, particularly David Bednar.
Absolutely, really. And if you expanded that for the first 2 months of the season, the Yankee starters have taken a lot of pressure off of the Yankee bullpen. And collectively, that adds up over the course of the year.
McNeil takes inside.
I mean, there's nobody you think of down in the Yankee bullpen you feel like it's really been overworked so far the first 2 months of the season. I mean, Hedrick's probably the #1 guy that's been used the most. You know, to me, too, that's important because that cumulative effect can really wear down bullpens, especially when you get into July and August. The Yankee starting rotation really is going to pay dividends.
Hernandez on deck.
Fernando Cruz warming up. He's been impressive as of late.
McNeil, a former batting titleist, won that in 2022 with a .326 average. And he works a walk, so Hedrick's getting himself into trouble. Not getting, he's gotten himself into trouble now. Bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Darrell Hernandez with conference on the mound as Cruz continues to heat up. And here comes the man who will make the call. So Hedrick faces 4, 3 get on. They'll call on Cruz with the bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Well, get ready for Military Appreciation Night when they celebrate the red, white, and blue with a Yankees t-shirt. It's Saturday, June 6th. The game is at 7:35. First 18,000 guests will get this great giveaway. I want it, I'll tell you that. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Red, white, and blue t-shirt courtesy of Ford. So here's Cruz. And he's going to face the pinch hitter Carlos Cortez, pinch hitting for Hernandez. And a strike. Bases loaded with A's. Right back to Cruz. He's coming home 1. Back to first. 1, 2, 3, and out of the jam. Cruz does the job. As they say, easy as 1, 2, 3. You think he's pumped? He should be. We go to the 8th. That is a much easier walk than the one that Luis Severino had earlier, as Carlos Rodon with 6 strong innings makes his way to the Yankee clubhouse beyond the outfield wall. Accompanied by the athletic trainer, Tim Lentic. So Mark Leiter Jr. comes on. And it's 1-1 on McMahon. There's the Yankee clubhouse door. Is that how it was when you were in the minors? It was the outfield?
A lot of places, yes.
Yeah.
Not all. That way in the big leagues, as I mentioned before. That was the way Candlestick Park was as well. But
that's why when Tampa Bay had to use Steinbrenner Field, it was probably a joy. I mean, it's a top-flight facility, and other than, you know, the fact that it's 10,000 seats, I mean, it's a major league facility.
Especially considering that they just renovated everything there within the last couple of years.
I mean, the workout room and the clubhouse is a big league clubhouse. Aliko Williams takes over at shortstop after they pinch hit for Hernandez. Dribbled slowly to first base. Kurtz steps on the bag, 1 away here in the 8th.
You know what else? What other big league stadium was like that? It was 2 Texas Ranger stadiums ago. It was like that. The clubhouse was down the left field line.
That was a different place.
Yes.
Wow.
With the metal bleachers out there, it was as hot as the sun sitting in those bleachers on some days in Fort Worth, Texas.
Now, I don't know if you had to encounter it, but, you know, it was an old-time ballpark, not really a major league facility. And when I was a writer back then, and there was no direct route from the press box to the clubhouse, so you had to walk through the stands the opposite way of the fans. That's driven to right field. Thomas will retire Escara, and then you'd have to go underneath those stands. And again, it's hot. People are throwing garbage down the the seats, and you would have to avoid rats the size of little ponies. It was unbelievable, but it was part of the charm.
I hated that place. Gave up a grand slam to Darryl Porter there, my rookie year. You can flush that place.
That's where Mattingly set the record for, or tied the record for most home runs in consecutive games with 8.
Yeah, he hit one in the opposite field, right? Left center.
And I remember Phil Rizzuto on the call. Holy cow. Fun time. Can't believe that was 2 stadiums ago.
Yeah, it was so bad they had to build 2 more stadiums to get over that one.
One and 2.
The consistency of Caballero's eye black is just remarkable. It's the same curved 2 lines every time. I mean, that.
It is well done. And his consistency offensively this year has been pretty good too, as he picks up his 2nd hit of the night. Makes a big turn. We'll head back to first.
Fastball up and in, he just fights it off. That's what hitters talk about, just use your hands. If you try to get too much body into this swing or you lunge, you get the bat knocked out of your hands.
Pitch outside to Grisham. Trent's 2 for 4. Rip foul. Ben Rice, a triple short of the cycle. He's on deck. And he hit his first triple of the year against Kansas City in the previous series.
Kind of feels like Ben Rice has been swinging the bat with a little more authority the last 5 games or so, and I'm not sure if that's because of that injury to his hand that he had on the pickoff throw for Max Fried. It set him back a bit, but he's swinging it with authority again.
Swing and a miss. Grisham down on strikes. We'll wait to the 9th inning for that possible triple. We go to the bottom of the 8th.
You like the power to do.
Well, Lawrence Butler is going to pinch hit for Colby Thomas as the Yankees are bringing in Paul Blackburn. And Paul's a former A. Hey, fans, go to Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, Garrett Cole, number 2, Ben Rice, number 3, Ahmed Rosario. Hyundai scoreboard, 8-1 the Yankees. Blackburn's number's pretty good. Obviously, he would prefer not to walk 10 in 22 1/3. Up the middle, right there is Caballero. Makes the throw. One away. That almost took off Blackburn's head. Wow.
Well, wow is right. As a former pitcher who had made my living doing this, I'm speechless because, oh, wow. Tragedy avoided.
Now, here's what I don't understand, and you can explain it because you lived it. How is your heart not beating through your chest now?
Oh, it is. It definitely is. By the time you release the ball, you may be 55 feet away from that blast, and you could see his reaction to get out of the way almost happened after the ball got by him.
I wouldn't be shocked if that touched his beard. It was that close. One of the worst things I've ever seen in a baseball game, David. Ryan Thompson of the Yankees hit a comebacker and hit Bryce Flory in the head. And, you know, at Fenway Park, you're way up, and you could hear the contact. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, Bryce was never the same.
Chop toward first. Goldschmidt will flip to Blackburn. 2 away. Well, fans, stay tuned for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Justin Shackle and Dellin Betances are in the studio with highlights and analysis. Meredith Morakovitz gets player interviews in the clubhouse, and we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Dellin Betances has been doing a great job. He really is fun to listen to, has great insight as well. So just another reason to stay tuned. Shea Langoliers fouls it away.
Yeah, Dellin brings that New York flavor, right? Not only played for the Yankees, but the local feel to him.
That's chopped over the middle. Chisholm's there. And Blackburn works a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th. Yankees up by 7.
Papa John's.
Well, it's time to name that Yankee. Here are the clues. David once wrote a column in the Daily News about him.
Yes, well, yeah, you could say that. Jay Howe.
Well, you and Bob Clappers wrote it.
Yeah, yeah.
That was during the 1988 playoffs.
It was. And then later in that series, he got thrown out for that. You think Spider Tech was a thing just recently? No. Pine tar on the glove and his hat. It's just back in 1988, we didn't measure spin rates, so we didn't realize that you could actually spin a ball tighter with sticky stuff on your fingers.
Pretty good numbers in 84 with the Yankees traded to the A's in the Ricky Henderson deal. And what you just saw ejected from Game 3 of the 88 NLCS against the Mets. Luis Medina takes over for the A's. We mentioned that Ben Rice is a triple away from the cycle. And when Cody Bellinger was a triple away from the cycle, take a look at StatCast 3D on the 3 home runs the Yankees have hit. So Cody Bellinger was within a triple, and I went down the next day and said, would you rather have had a home run or a triple? And he said, home run. I said, yeah, because you want more total bases. And he goes, no, that's not the reason. I said, well, what's the reason? He said, if I got a triple, it would have been a cycle. He goes, and then when I signed cards for Fanatics, it would have been a lot more work because you have to put all the hits down. He said, I've done it before. And I said, that is a great answer.
He's not a fan of inscriptions.
No. How many times have you written David Cohn, PG, and right?
A million times.
And I'm sure you loved every time that you did it.
Happy to do it.
Yep. Melky had the last cycle. That was in Chicago against the White Sox, and the last hit was a triple. Popped up, shallow left, and the ball drops in. Rice is going to get himself 2 bases. We'll see how they score it. But the shortstop, the third baseman, and the left fielder all converged at the same time and did make the play.
Yeah, I mean, this is a play, obviously, that has to be made. No communication.
Wow.
Doesn't even need any commentary. That shot tells you everything you need to know.
And they're going to give the error to the third baseman. That's as you said, the play has to be made, but it's tough that he gets an error there.
Yeah, if you're an official scorer, it's a flip a coin on that one.
So that's their second error, and they've been shoddy defensively of late. A's carry 8 men in the bullpen, and they've used 7 of them. The only guy that hasn't pitched is Jack Perkins. So it was Geloff who kind of had backed into Soderstrom. But he gets the error, Geloff does. Wow, right by Judge at 97 miles an hour.
And perfectly located up and in.
Don't you get the sense, David, that if he made contact with that, he might have sent it back to his hometown of Linden?
Yes. He's had a couple swings tonight that were like that.
Three 3-0 on Bellinger. And the catcher, Langolier, is going to challenge. He thought that was a strike. See if he's right. No, he's wrong.
I got 1 left.
So the Yankees don't have any challenges left, and the A's have 1 more.
That just blows me away. When umpire and catcher are talking to each other after that kind of a scenario. That's one of the reasons right there that I love the new rule, because it just breaks down all the barriers. Hitters get exposed for thinking they know the strike zone, and a lot of them don't. Umpires are getting more sympathy because it is now so apparent how difficult their job is and how the vast majority of them are really good at it.
And that, David, is one of the tweaks I would make to the other challenge system. make the players challenge. Because it's amazing how wrong they are. And rather than hold up the game and have your video guy look at it, and the manager's holding, challenge immediately like a pitch. Did you make the catch? Did you trap the ball? Let the players challenge. But Rob Manfred has not checked in with me.
He's not checking?
No.
He might be watching right now. You never know.
Probably is. You know, he grew up a Yankee fan. Now he's got to be, fan of all 30 teams. Sky-high pop-up. Kurtz near the Yankee dugout, and it falls in the Yankee dugout.
There was times when I was pitching, if there was a close call by the home plate umpire and I just looked at him wrong, my night was almost over. He wanted to throw me out of the game. And now you see catchers challenging umpires and they're laughing about it afterwards. And, well, I just missed that one, and they're patting each other. And
kumbaya.
It's just a game changer for me emotionally. Now, there's certain people I'm sure that don't like the rule, and I get it. I mean, you could argue both sides of it, but I just think the sympathy that the umpires are getting now, the education the players are getting, it's just fun to watch for me to see it. It's the great equalizer. Nobody is immune.
And down goes Chisholm. So he has an 0 for 5 night on a night that the Yankees have 11 hits.
Medina's showing some good stuff. 98 miles an hour to strike out Judge, and that's a dandy of a curveball right there at 81 miles an hour. At one point, Medina was a top prospect in the Yankees organization.
6 seasons in their minor league system. And he was traded to the A's at the deadline in the deal that got the Yankees Montas and Trevino. And the Yankees sent Medina, J.P. Sears, Ken Waldichuk, and Cooper Bowman. Medina's 27 years old. This is his 3rd big league season. First 12 games of the year, he had a 1.62 ERA. Last 4 games, 8.44. So he'd like to throw up a 0 here. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Right field, Butler will put it away, and he does throw up a 0. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 men left. Bottom of 9th coming up. Last licks for the A's.
Tri-State GMC dealer.
David, it's time for the Chevy Purr of the game. Who you got?
Well, it should be, because it has been all year long on the mound in the starting rotation for the Yankees. There's been one after another. Excellent performances, and Carlos Rodon falls right in line and gets a hug from his manager. So yes, the Chevrolet player of the game, Carlos Rodon.
93 pitches, walked 2, struck out 3. Got up to 96 on the radar gun, 4 hits, just 1 run on the Kurtz home run. Good outing for Rodon.
He's got more ways to come. He's not, on top of his game as of yet, what we've seen in the past, but he's trending in the right direction. Anytime you can get a win or get your team in a position to win a game, you've done your job.
Blackburn 2-0 on Rooker. They changed the E5, David, to an E7 now.
I agree with that. If you have to give an E, it should be the left fielder, because he's the one who initiated the contact. He ran in. Third baseman was actually trying to call it, but nobody could hear him. Sort of like a charge in basketball, right? Who made the contact, or who was set?
Who flopped?
Yes, who flopped?
Ben Rice is probably saying, how about a little hit there? If you're undecided, give me my 4th hit. I still can't believe the story you told when we were at the stadium, that you actually went up to the official scorer in full uniform to argue an official scoring decision.
I did.
Phenomenal. Only you.
With my spikes still on. Gary Maddox just looked at me and laughed. What are you doing? It's on video somewhere. I got caught.
Oh, really?
It's there somewhere.
So this is at the vet, obviously.
This is at the vet. You got to go to the Wayback Machine. Late 80s, early 90s. Strange things happen at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. Always.
Rooker battling. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts tonight. Ben Rice has the look. Is it, they call that an E7? Slow roller, going to be a tough play. Charging Caballero. Fires, and the ball gets by Goldschmidt. I think he would have beaten it out anyway. So Rooker gets a single.
Almost would have had to barehand that, I think, to your point, Michael. But that was getting sawed off. I mean, he hit that off his thumbs. That's about as low as you can hit a baseball with a baseball bat. Close to you, that close to your hands.
Yankees not holding him on with a 7-run lead. 7th hit for the A's. Yankees have 11. Here's Soderstrom. One and 0. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Well, he went 3-0 on Rooker, then battled back. Now he's 3-0 on Soderstrom. And that's not what you want in the 9th inning. First and second, nobody out when you're trying to close out an 8-1 lead. And here is Henry Bolte, who is 3 for 3 today. Soft ground ball. There's one. That's all they'll get. As Rooker moves to third. And that'll bring up Zach Geloff. So they finally retire Bolte. One down, 2 outs away from making it 5 in a row for the Yanks. Got some gas, 95 miles an hour.
Moving, too. You know, Blackburn's not a real strikeout type pitcher anymore. He's a mix master, but yeah, that two-seamer can get up there a little bit.
Third straight batter. Well, third out of 4 that he's gone 3-0. And there's some stirring in the Yankee bullpen. Rooker at third, Bolte is at first. Up the middle, off second base, into center field, a base hit. Rooker scores an RBI single for Geloff, and the A's still alive. It's 8-2 Yanks.
Well, this one wasn't as close as the last one, but another line drive back up the box that makes you duck. So if I'm Blackburn walking off the mound right now, I'm feeling kind of fortunate that I didn't wear one tonight. Although that's Blake, so he's going to try to finish this. So.
And this really has to annoy the manager. You have a 7-run lead in the 9th inning, and now you have to heat up one of your relievers. Even if he doesn't come in, they consider it when they bring him in the next time. You know, this is getting ready. Your arm's being used.
Yes. Anytime you get heated up, your arm fully loosened up, yeah, that counts for something.
So Bednar's up with Hill. So here's Jeff McNeil. Strike.
Batter challenge.
And McNeil's going to challenge that. And he's right. Wow.
Still got one left.
1/10 of an inch.
How could he miss that call?
Wow. It is such an exhibition of how good these umpires are. Popped up on the left side. McMahon drifts over and makes the play. 2 away.
You mentioned before, Michael, about how the foul balls in this area tend to come back. There's another example, usually on the first base side, but on the third base side as well. And your point about no upper deck here matters. I thought that was in the seats myself.
So did I.
Came back.
So here is Alika Williams. 1-0. Took over at shortstop after Hernandez was pinch hit for. Strike from Blackburn. Lawrence Butler is on deck. If Williams gets on, you're probably going to see Hill to face Butler. So there's an opportunity for Blackburn to close it out. And he does. Williams strikes out, and the Yankees win this one 8-2. They do the home runs, they do the good starting pitching, and they now have won 5 straight games.
Rodon follows suit. Yankee starting rotation just has been nails. They are the best starting rotation, in my opinion, in all of baseball, certainly the American League. The numbers bear it out. Once again, that leads the way for the Yankees.
Well, last 8 starts coming into this game, the rotation had a 1.70 ERA, so that's pretty much how Rodon pitched to that as well. And the Yankees got the support they needed in the first inning with the 3-run home run by Goldschmidt and the big 3 hits, one of them a home run by Ben Rice. So the Yankee offense clicking, the Yankees clicking after a little bit of a soft spot. They've now won 5 in a row. We'll come back. Got awards to give out, the post game after that.
Heroes, we express our gratitude for veterans through actions.
Now for the game-changing drive of the game, brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Number 17 for number 22, Ben Rice, once again.
And we'll hear from Ben with Meredith Morakovitz in the post-game show. It took 2 hours and 53 minutes. Yankees win 8-2. Rodon's first win of the year. Home runs by Goldschmidt, McMahon, and Rice, and Luis Severino exited in the second inning. Right arm soreness, he took the loss. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Justin Shackle and Dylan Betances. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Jared Ames Boschnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees continue this weekend set here in Sacramento. Coverage begins at 9:30 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 10. Once again, the final score, it is the Yankees beating the A's 8-2. For David Cohn and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Sutter Health Park in West Sacramento, California. Now let's go to Justin Shackle and Dylan Betances, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show.